Hello, hello! Welcome back to Voluminum. This is episode 10, and the trading hall is done. That was about 9 hours of building, converted to about 7.5 minutes. I hope it wasn't too long for you. I tried cutting down as much of it as I could. The parts with me going back and forth to the Shulkers to get items to build this thing. There were so many different items and blocks and redstone pieces that that I couldn't hold all the shulker boxes on me and also have room for them, so I set them down near the end gateway here and was just going back and forth to them. It took a lot longer because of that, so you might think this isn't that big of a build and it took you 9 hours. Like, that's kind of ridiculous, but it was a couple days worth of building, and I tried to just highlight the bits that I actually built things instead of, when I was placing these lanterns here and things inside that you couldn't see at the time, because I just used my second account and spectator. I was up, back and forth, and I tried to get the best views I could, but this is it. This is done. And this is a trading hall designed by a YouTuber by the name of Firebolt360. I'll link his video on the design of these stations here in the description. And this hall was designed by him. I say designed, but it was the layout of how these stations are, and each room here was designed by him. This water lift in the middle here, designed by him. He came up with this whole design here. So, how these are laid out, he came up with. I just added the villager breeder here. This is one by Gnembon. This one's super good. It produces tons of villagers as long as you keep these guys fed. And right now it's off because they were breeding too much. This is the guys I got right here. And right now it's just the basic redstone up here, so I have to come out and... oh, now I'm stuck. That's why I left these holes in the roof here. Right now I have to come out and go over to this latch, and if I want these guys to come down, I just hit this lever and they'll go down here. Perfect, perfect. And they'll go down into this water stream here, and they'll land on this concrete block there. And from there, the minecarts can pick them up and send them into the system. Let's lock this so any more that come down, they can hang out right there. So I eventually want to add a redstone line coming from this like control room to that, so if I need more I can send them down. But this is where the magic happens here. You block this off, so when you bring a villager down and you want to set up the station, set up his job, he can't pathfind out to any of the other ones. And let's see this thing in action. You'll notice my volume is all the way off because I've got all these zombies in here. Yeah, this is also one for conversion. Every station can be converted. You can hear these guys. Yeah, and all these rooms here. Let's turn this back down. So this main section here is where all the librarians will be. All the guys with the best books. These two bigger rooms here, this will probably be for stonemasons that I can bulk buy quartz from. This one might be maybe for buying bottles of enchanting or something with rotten flesh. You know, I don't know. And there's two more back here. These are smaller ones. And then if we go up, we've got 4 more smaller rooms. And these are for bulk trading with a certain specific villager. And, you know, these can be whatever I want them to be. And the way this works is the villager will come down into whatever cell you select. So if I send a villager through the hall right now, it actually won't go into the system because I don't have any stations selected. And by that I mean you can see the comparators back there. It doesn't bother me. It's actually useful. People might not like seeing any of the redstone, but this is one of the things I like the most actually. So in order to select the one you want, you hit this note block here, and now the comparator's on. So when the villager comes by, these pistons will push, and you see that activator rail there is on, so it'll kick the villager out, and he'll be pushed into this cell here. Which, there it is. And the note block there is to activate a dispenser that I can access here, and these have arrows of weakness. So when I want to convert a villager into a zombie villager, I'll let him down like this. The zombie will attack him, convert him, let him back up. Then I'll shoot this. I'll hit this note block here, and that'll shoot him with an arrow of weakness, and then I'll give him a golden apple, and he'll convert right there. There's a lot of designs for trading halls that are really good. There's a lot of them that are a lot cheaper than this too. I'm sure you could tell by if you watched or paid attention to the time lapse. This was a pretty expensive build. There was a lot to go into this. Let me fly out here. Give you a little bit of a closer view maybe. Because each of these stations is a little expensive. But this is one that I'm going to have. This is the trading hall in my world. Like, this is where my villagers are going to be. Future villagers. All the ones that I'm going to use often to get all the books and tools and blocks that I need are going to be here. So this is going to have them all here. So I wanted it to be perfect and well worth the effort. And I think it will be. And like I said, these cells were designed by Firebolt360 on YouTube. Make sure to go over there and give him a like on the video and subscribe, because he's got some other good content. He's got a video on this haul, but he's also got a video on just the cells exclusively. So these are the ones that I like the most. They might not be like the best in quotations cells that you can make for villagers, but this is the one that I like the most. It has the most like accessibility, where I can anywhere in the hall. See, I'm up on the second floor here. The villager, when I send them through, he can come up all the way to this one specifically. You know, or not. Oh, I just like it. I added chests in every room. I think I wanted to add an ender chest up here somewhere, but you know, that I can deal with later. Another thing is I see a lot of trading halls that have the quick option to kill the villager. That's never been an issue, like a big thing for me to have, so I didn't need a button to kill the villager or drop him into the void or whatever. But if I do need to kill one, I could just drop him down, let him convert into a zombie villager, bring him back up, and then kill him with a sword. So that way none of the other villagers will get the bad juju vibes. So let's see this thing in action here. Let's see. Let's lock this up. Oh, you know what? I need some stations. Getting the villagers into that breeding cell weren't as bad as I thought they would be. It was actually, it just took longer because of how many villagers I needed. There were quite a lot. But now they are officially out of that pit, the ones that were there, and I'm going to get rid of the villagers that are in my base that I was using for trades. And all the villagers now that I had near my base won't be hanging around there causing any more lag than they need to be. Alright, let's lock that. And I'll go into free cam here. There should be some guys here. Perfect. So when I hit this button, it should send out a signal to this dispenser. And it's going to send the cart onto this rail and come up. And it actually goes through this block here that they're standing on. And it goes kind of like up and then onto this rail. And when it does, it'll grab a villager. So let's hit it. Perfect. And he drops down in front of me. And now while they're in the minecart, let's put this in here. I can give him a job. I don't know why he's looking at the lantern there. So Thorns 3, nope. Let's get a good one. Oh, of course he's not gonna, right, okay. And it's also hard to tell what time it is here. Maybe I'll get a clock or something. So he's gotta lose this job now. And then we can help him pick a better one. I wanted to note really quick too that in his download for this trading hall, this section here is actually a sorting system for enchanted books and for emeralds, but I didn't think that I needed that whole thing. It was a little excessive for a single player world, I thought, so I just added some chests here that I can label with signs and some more chests over here as well, and enchanting table, you know, chests galore, just everywhere. And I can add things where I need to. And while that guy's losing his job, I'll fly over to the Enderman farm. This is something I added too that was not in his download. And this is just a super basic one where they fall down. They hate this endermite, so they're wanting to get him, but they can't. So they're falling down. And I covered it in water so they can't teleport out. Okay, my volume's still down. Nice. And this is a floor that I designed. I think it looks pretty cool. I always end up designing circular rooms. And this isn't in any way like an efficient farm, so don't take this as one you should build for your world if you're looking for efficiency. This is just one that I threw up to have experience access to, like at the farms or at my trading hall. So if I need just a few levels to enchant, you know, combine some books that I'm getting or enchant some tools, I can come over here and get some experience really quick. Yeah, see, it's not very fast. And they also can hit me through this wall here. There's an enchanting table here as well with some grindstones, some more chests for ender pearl storage. And this is I just have some hoppers onto these slabs into these chests here. So you know, access to ender pearls. Like I said, it's a single player world. Don't need a crazy amount of ender pearls for any reason. They're still useful. A lot of people don't use ender pearls as much now that we have rockets, but ender pearls are definitely still useful. Whoops. And then I just have this little lever here to dispense ender pearls. So this pushes the piston down and just kicks them all out really quick. So if I need room in these chests, you know. But yeah, this is the Enderman farm, pretty basic. And I added this ice path here to make a quick run back to the villager hall. And I put it out that far because eventually I'll have tons of villagers here, and I don't want to have them loaded at the same time as I'm over there letting Endermen spawn and fall down, because that'll just be too much lag, I think. Because the point of this is to have the least amount of lag for villager hall as you can. So having it in the end is the best place for that. It's the void. There's nothing else being loaded but this. All this redstone and whatnot. The villagers over here, you know, also there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 24 of these guys. So they make, you know, a lot of babies if I need them to. Right now there's blocks in their head. You can look at, I'll link gnembon's video on his breeder here in the description as well, and you can go check that out. But basically, you just, if you need any more villagers, you hit that button, and don't click on any beds. But this will allow them to breed here, so they can talk to each other. But as long as there's blocks in their heads, they can't. They can't share food or anything. So let's lock them up. You know what? Let's let them breed a little bit. And they're standing on these rods, lanterns. There they come. Pooping out some babies. This thing works great. Yeah, and they fall down and come up this, and when they grow up, they go into the stream here and pop out here. Alright, this guy's lost his job, so let's see if we can't get a better trade with this guy. Blast protection 4, don't really need that. Sweeping edge. That's one I'll take. Alright, so we need to trade with this guy really quick. Alright, I'm just going to buy a bookshelf to lock that trade. Thank you, sir. And now we need to select where he wants to go. I should have done this before, but it's no big deal. I'll just put him here. Good place as any. And send him off. He should pop right there. Okay. I forgot to put this down. No. Now I've got to catch him. Alright, bud. Yeah, there's an issue here. See, you, well, you know what? Can I just scoot you into one of these halls? Oh, okay. Now he's terrified because there's zombies after him. Right. Let's see if I can't put you in a cart really quick. There we go. Whoops. There we go. Let's send him back through. And now we need to put his lectern down before I forget that again. Alright, so yeah, this is the first time I'm using this, so, you know, I just kind of forgot. Go! My god. Go. No, 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 no. Go! Woo! Why is he going this way? Okay, that's fine actually. Yeah, just keep going so I can send you back to where you need to be. There. Alright, now he should be good. There he is. Alright, now he's there. And that minecart is this is the one thing I don't like, is that the minecart has to go around the entire system after it drops the villager off. So it does kind of take a while because it has to go through every hall. And basically I'll never have volume on in this area because of the amount of pistons going off and zombies and villagers. It'll be like it'll just be too loud here. So I'll always have my volume off, but it's not a big deal really. Alright, this guy is in here. So if I wanted to convert him now. Oh, he's on the... Oh, God. There we go. Alright, zombie. Do your thing, bud. There we go. Alright. Now, let's get a golden apple. And we'll hit this. Push arrow of weakness and convert them. Now we just wait. Alright, finally. He's converted back into a villager, and he's quite happy. Now he's selling Sweeping Edge 3 for 12 emeralds in a book. So much better. But we could do better. We could convert him again and get that down even further, I think, to maybe even 1 emerald. But for now, that's okay. We'll do Sweeping Edge. Whoops. 3. There we go. This is our first villager. I want to also note that if you watched Firebolt's video on this, you'll notice this is a lot different. I need to clarify. He designed this trading hall, the layout of it, but I added my own like personal touch, I guess, to all of this. So I added more of like a wood theme, all the bricks here and the stairs. I traded this out from gray concrete to gray terracotta, or cyan terracotta actually. And I made this a little bit different than his, so it wasn't exactly a copy, and I personally like this better. So I just wanted to make it clear that I didn't completely copy what he came up with, but this is one that, like I said, he made the layout for, and I just kind of put my own spin on it. Hopefully you like it. But that will do it for episode 10. I hope you enjoyed the time lapse, and hopefully I explained this well enough. But anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.